Hi there, it's Natalia with Enchanted Herbals, and just coming to you today from this nice little weed patch I have in my backyard, and thought I'd just share with you the food and medicine that's in this weed patch. So I did another video on malva, on this on this mallow here, cheeseweed. So you can look that over, but it makes a fine food as well as a yin tonic or a moistening plant. So I do a nice cold infusion of these leaves. It's so wonderful when you're feeling dry or have a dry cough or anything like that. Here we have, this is prickly lettuce. You can kind of see, can you, the little thorns there, little prickles. It's a wild lettuce. This is also a food you can eat, saute, put in smoothies, but it's also medicine. So if I squeeze here, so you can see that white liquid that comes out. This is some of the most potent part of the medicine of the plant. So this plant is a nice anti-spasmodic and good for pain, especially that white stuff that comes out, that white solution there. So you can blend this up in a blender with to make a tincture out of it, with some alcohol, and make a fine antispasmodic and pain tincture. It also does good in vinegar. Actually, all these herbs that I'm going to show you does good in vinegar to draw out all the mineral content of the herbs or the plants to make a nice mineral tonic in apple cider vinegar. So that, let's see what else here. This is London Rocket, or it's a type of mustard. So also a food, a bitter, a clearing plant, so like moving to the sinuses. It smells just like mustard. So I do this one also in an apple cider vinegar solution, along with like ginseng and fennel to do like a nice bitter tonic. Super nice, detoxing. So anything that's bitter kind of moves the liver and the digestion, so helps to detox a bit. And then here, lamb's quarters. I can't remember if there's an S. Lamb quarters, maybe. This is a good food too. Very spinach-like, very dense nutrition here. And these little seeds can be used a lot like quinoa. So I generally saute these or cook these ones up. I feel like sometimes they can be, especially these ones in our desert here, be kind of rough, processing through the body. I just like them sauteed better. I feel like it breaks down things better. But it'd be nice to make, something with wild lettuce, this malva, the mallow, and the mustard, and then this lamb quarters. Make a nice greens saute. Let's see what else is in here. So you can make a tincture out of any of these. You can make the malva. I don't usually do tinctures out of really mucilaginous plants. I prefer them fresh or dried and in tea form or cold infusion form. I feel like they just nourish the body better that way. But I've done a general tonic with apple cider vinegar, including the mallow, with these, and then making a tincture of the wild lettuce on its own. Let's see, I also wanted to point out these guys. So these guys you see everywhere right now, and they're actually easily mistaken for pineapple weed. They are not pineapple weed. These are a globe chamomile is what they're called. And their medicinal properties I have no real idea about. I haven't found too much information about them, but it's a kind of important to point out that they're not pineapple weed. So unfortunately these ones here aren't quite blooming yet, so I can't show you, but you'll see them everywhere right now in the desert. They're these little yellow balls that bloom, And they're very invasive weeds, so they're all over the place right now. They're just taking over. Pineapple weed's different. They have more of a button top, so it's like a button with like a ring around it. So they're very different if you want to, well, not very different, but different if you want to just like Google. This is globe chamomile, and then there's pineapple weed. You can really see the difference when you look at them side to side, so you know what is best to use for what. So I don't use these. I've only read a little bit of information about using them, but I can't seem to find it. I tried to find it again before this video and I can't find it. So if anybody knows about this globe chamomile medicinal uses, then please share. Otherwise, it's a pretty plant to kind of have around, but again, really invasive. It's going to take over your whole yard. So I do tend to like pluck these out before they start blooming. All right, so hopefully that's helpful for a couple of backyard garden weeds here in the desert. I'm going to start going through here soon and make these and make this tincture out of this prickly lettuce, and then I make that wonderful apple cider vinegar tonic with all of these, just so I can get a nice mineral content in there. Because tinctures don't really draw out the mineral content of the plant, but apple cider vinegar shines in that place. So hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.